Joel 3:16. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Judah Nick with Awaken Israel and on my own personal channel, Judah Learn. Alright, so today we're just gonna basically go over to show that the Father controls both good and evil. Because today, in today's generation, basically, we have stuff going around like Satan falling from heaven and angels fighting against righteous angels, and like Satan being nearly as strong as God, and Satan's trying to fight back to get into the kingdom and stuff like that, which you see on TV, which is basically gave people a false perception of what the Father is actually like based on what they see every day by TV shows, XYZ, movies, books, and so forth. Alright, but so yeah, today we're just going to show that the Father controls both good and evil, and there is no opposing side to him. He's the only basically power there is that commands everything. But yeah. Right, so let's get into it, man. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that even I am he, and there is no God with me. Remember, God's a title. So he's saying there is no power with me. There's no one equivalent to me. Right? I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So the Father himself is telling you he's killing people, he's making them, he's wounding them, and he's healing them. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So once the Father has set orders to whatever other power he has, when I mean by power, and I mean any spiritual being that he has given power to carry out an order, you can't escape it. It's a done deal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands. Alright, let's get into 1 Samuel. Alright. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. If we go back to 1:28, he says it again, I kill and I make alive. He's saying the same thing in 1 Samuel. Alright. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Wow. Prophecy had to be fulfilled. Christ died and he got brought back up. So sometimes there's double hidden meanings in the word, but you have to actually read and study for the Father to give you the wisdom to understand stuff. But in general, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. Right? We should see that again. Alright, this is 1 Samuel 16 and 3. Oh wait, no. Lucky, one sec. Alright, let me skip this one. Let's go to Judges. Then God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. Alright, so let's read this again. Then God sent an evil spirit between two groups of men. Alright, and the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with the men with Abimelech. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. But what you can see here is that the Father has sent an evil spirit to make two groups of men fight each other. So this shows you that the author of something terrible happening is the Father himself. Right? Alright, so let's get Isaiah 45 and 7. I form the light, and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Right, so this one's another double meaning. So if you go back to Genesis, you know, the Father created the light and darkness. So there's night and day, and there's also the greater light and the lesser light, which is the moon and the sun. Right, but the main point is, I make peace and I create evil. Remember that. Remember this for later. And create evil. Father's telling you, I create evil. Right. Let's go to Romans 9. Have not the potter power over the clay? So he's just saying someone who makes clay, or the lump sum to make one vessel unto honor and unto another dishonor. So Father's now saying he has made vessels or figures for his purpose, one for doing what he believes, whatever the Father deems righteous, and the other for whatever the Father deems unrighteous. He's made two, you know, vessels. Remember, the Father says, a just balance is a Lord's delight. So this is a balance. He's got some good and some evil. Alright, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. For thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bring us up again. That's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. Alright, let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Alright. So I want everyone to pay attention to this one. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. Wait. We know that the Father created those spirits, right? If you go back to Genesis, and also when Christ was created, he was the first creation that the Father made, which was his only begotten Son, which is Christ, right? But this is saying there be spirits that are created for vengeance. Okay. Which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So that's the key bit right there. And appease the wrath of him that made them. So these spirits that are causing chaos and being placed on people and doing whatsoever, they're doing a job. They are doing the work of Father. It literally says appease the wrath. So they're pleasing the Lord by doing their job, which is basically destroy everything. So yeah, or whatever the Father has chosen them to destroy. Also fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So the Father has a purpose for these things, right? Alright, let's carry on. This Proverbs 16:4. The Lord have made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. Did I not say that earlier? Did I not read that somewhere earlier? Remember, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. So to carry out some work, man. 1 second. There it is, Isaiah 45:7. From the light and create darkness, I make peace and create evil. See? So that's a precept right there. He's saying it again. He's creating the evil. Let's carry on. So Psalms 17:13, which is, I think, David singing songs. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the key point here, which is deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So who's ever writing this or singing this, I think which is David at this time, he knows that the wicked is the Father's weapon. It was the Father created the wicked. When something bad happens to you, he's literally saying, deliver myself please deliver me from, your wicked, your sword. So yeah, the Father controls good and evil. There is no in between. There's no loop to loop through the hoop. There's no, the Father's controlling everything, right? So let's go on to Amos 3. Shout a trumpet. Actually, before you even read that, after reading all of this is gonna be self-explanatory. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? The question mark. So it's literally saying that when something bad happens in the city, like something that a lot of people can see, like let's say a school shootout or a bomb going off killing hundreds or thousands of people, listen, the Lord did this and he had a reason of why he did it. He sent a spirit there to do a job, and yeah, alright, let's go get Job. Talking about spirits doing a job, let me show you. This is Job 1 and 12. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he has in your power. Wait, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay your hand on his person. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord, and he did this. So this shows you, it's in itself, that scripture shows you alone in itself that Satan is taking orders from the Father, and that Satan does not oppose the Father at all. He's literally another spirit of vengeance created to appease the wrath of him that sent him. So yeah, man, I hope this video was edifying, and yeah, I hope this video helps at least one person gets understanding. But at the end of the day, the conclusion of why these things happen is because someone is sinning, because the wage of sin is death. If you do righteously, the Father will look after you. If you go against his word, and want to do what does not seem pleasing in his sight, then, he might send a spirit after you to do X, Y, Z. But yeah, this is Judah Nick, and shalom, shalom, shalom.